You ready?
We're ready.
Take 3. Thank y'all so much first for just being here and kind of sharing you guys' story. You probably don't know what's going on, but I know that we will be celebrating your anniversary. And so we wanted to kind of like take a little snapshot of your world.
Ruby and I, we're just glad to be here and taking the time to kind of get into our world, looking at, God, family, and ministry. But the feeling of ministry and doing what God has called for us to do is in a space that's very comfortable. And I believe whenever you're doing what God has called for you to do, it's like breathing. So it's not stressful. It's not something you got to really press a whole lot on. You just wake up in the morning and, God give you an agenda and you just kind of execute it.
And I also believe that each day brings about something different. So we have to be in constant prayer and asking God, what is it for this day or this season? So in that way you stay fresh, because sometimes, doing ministry, you can get tired, but if you're constantly in communication with God, He revives you, refreshes you, and give you something new every day.
Let me ask, what age was God introduced to your life and what was that journey like?
For me, I was around 11. Of course, we went to Sunday school, Bible study, and all that stuff in a small country Baptist church. So I actually grew up in the church. So I didn't really know anything else. There was nothing else to do in the country but go to church and school. So basically, I was introduced to Jesus at a very young age.
It's the same, basically, I think 12 years old for the most part. And church life in small rural towns is real. Because that's what you do in the Baptist church, become the only place, honestly, where large groups of people can gather in one space. And Sunday just was a day of honor, respect of just the large house and the people you hang around, the kids you hang around. It was all about church stuff on Sundays. And then through the week, there was at school, most of your Sunday school teachers who taught Sunday school was also your educators when you went to school. So that the atmosphere was pretty much God insulated, if that makes sense to you.
Now, I know you guys have different perspectives on how you met. I'm going to start with you, Sister August.
How we met. The true version. Well, we actually met at work through First City Bank. He was a contract there, already there, and I came in as a new hire. And to be perfectly honest, I was not aware that he was interested in me. Some of my co-workers mentioned to me, I'm like, nah, because I really didn't like him at the beginning. But,
But you love him now.
I love him now.
That's a good one. Well, first and foremost, at the time, Rev was not in the pulpit.
Okay.
Praise God, that's number one. The other thing is that a beautiful woman, attractive woman, easy to talk to, and my comical side, my humorous side was always on the table. So the more I made her laugh, the closer she became.
Okay.
So I just kept telling jokes. You want somebody that can complement what you're trying to build, what you're trying to do. Somebody that got some life experience, because sometimes I think people go into it and sometimes you're green, you don't know a lot of things, you're naive about a lot of things. So having even experience from the past helped us to crystallize what God was doing at that moment.
We have over 50 ministries at One Church at Bethel's family. So talk about that, how you incorporate love in your ministry.
Well, the foundation of the church is based on the love that God has for us. We end up, Bethel's families in the church's name, so families can definitely be a part of the fiber foundation. And then when it comes down to ministry, that means any person, any family that joined this church, they join the family of love. And so I believe you have to pay back what God has placed inside of you. We were reminded that to much is given, much is required. So we try to make sure that love builds the house. And the church, love builds the house. And that's what we try to do each and every day. And no matter how small you might think your contribution is to somebody's happiness and joy, it is magnified, thousands of times because you gave that little bit of love, that little bit of encouragement, that prayer was a blessing in some form or fashion. It goes a long way.